racing right now.
He's got traction, he's got everything outside of both of them! Maloney!
Oh, he's taking Anderson! Anderson's up to him!
Oh my God! Big crash! Oh my goodness, half the field's gonna get rolled!
It's very close. These guys are want to make their way through the field very quickly.
Oh, there we go!
Oh no! That's massive! This is it! This is over! I can't believe this! Oh my God!
God, what?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the first ever Winter NASCAR iRacing series right here on Sim Speed Network. My name is JD Smith. With me tonight to call the action from Charlotte Motor Speedway is Kane Kraft, and I am looking forward to the start of a very special Winter NASCAR iRacing series, the first ever right here on Sim Speed. And not only are we doing a NASCAR iRacing series, it is a very special event as we go back in time with the cars to the 1987 Circuit cars. I am really looking forward to this tonight. Kane, welcome to the show, and welcome everybody out there. We have a brand new race series for us to start tonight, and we're getting ready to go live now. Let's take a look at the track from above. Kane, welcome to the show.
Yeah, we're racing tonight at Charlotte's Motor Speedway. We're going to use the newer track today, but only because this newer track surface is old. It's like 10 years old on this surface, and the old Charlotte had just been repaved. So iRacing felt like that this track would be a better track to use because the surface on this track is quite a bit older.
Yeah, definitely a better representation, Kane. As we look at the information on this track with beautiful satellite imagery, this track did open back in 1960. Went through names like Lowe's Motor Speedway and, of course, Charlotte Motor Speedway today. It is, of course, 1.5 miles. And look at the banking at 24 degrees in the turns. It means these guys can carry quite a bit of speed through those turns. Pit lane speed of 50 miles per hour, something we will definitely keep an eye on through tonight's event. Kane, with the older surface, yeah, I was actually in preparation for this race. I was so excited about these guys racing in the 1987 NASCAR stock cars. I went back and watched the actual Winston, the 1987 race here at Charlotte, the famous pass in the grass with Dale Earnhardt Sr. making his pass. An epic save, really, not just pass, but an epic save as he made it around Bill Elliott. And it was just an epic moment from that year. These cars are very special. It hits me right in the nostalgia bone, and I love these cars so much. And I am very much looking forward to some excellent drivers take these legendary cars around in our first ever winter edition of the NASCAR iRacing series.
A new series for us to broadcast means new names. We get to learn a lot of new drivers here in this series. There's a couple of them we know. We broadcast the NASCAR iRacing series way back in 2016, I think. So some of these guys will be familiar names, but a lot of these names will be new to us. So learning new drivers through this series is going to be a lot of fun. I actually haven't watched any of the 87 stuffs on iRacing yet. So this is all going to be just awesome for me because I haven't seen these cars for 35 years. So these guys get some time on the track to practice, and then they go into qualifying lap, which they're in now, and they're fixing to wrap up qualifying here. Only 45 seconds or so left to go, and watching Johnny McNamara here on screen now, currently 16th. Let's see who's doing what in qualifying. Looks like Matt Busa has done the best so far in qualifying. Joey Brown is doing well as well. So just a few more drivers here to put in a lap. The number 8 car just lost it. That's Matt Busa. So
A car that's definitely good to put in some times. Unfortunate for him. Kane, I must apologize for stepping away for a moment. I did not realize you couldn't hear me there for a second, and I was just chatting on, and then you started talking back. And I said, wait a minute. Can't hear me, so sorry about that. Well, I am back now.
That's okay. I figured it out pretty quick, so we just keep on moving. The qualifying session is over, and the drivers are on the screen for you.
All right, let's take a look at that starting lineup. If you guys will hang with me for 1 second, we'll take a look at tonight's starting grid. Up in the front row, it's going to be Matt Busa. On the outside, it is Joey Brown. In row 2, it'll be Barrett Bonner and James Mullins to the outside. In the row 3, it'll be David Brown with Logan Helton to the outside. As we look back to the 4th row, it'll be Jay Jensen and Casey Foote. In row 5, it'll be James Houghton and Sean Powell. In row 6 tonight, it'll be John Whitendorf and Tom Abramitis. As we look back to row 7, it'll be Justin Levine and Brooks Dirting, followed by Jonathan Oslam and Lynn Kinchello. Anthony Garnieri in row 9 with Jonathan Jordan. Back to the 10th row, it'll be Johnny McNamara and Kyle Feimster. In row 11, Ashton Schleiss and Devin Allen. In row 12 tonight, it'll be Aaron McEachern and Kendall Levron. And moving back to row 13, it'll be James Cannon and Garrett Horton. That is looking at tonight's starting grid action from Charlotte Motor Speedway. So exciting as we start the top split in the first ever Winter NASCAR iRacing event. And this is going to be a big one. I am really excited for tonight's action as the cars lined up waiting for the pace car to get us set. And this is just going to be so exciting. We really don't know what to expect as this is the first of this event. So always exciting, a first of anything. And I think a lot of the guys out there are anxious to get out there and not only do well, but make a name and make a statement for themselves. And the pace car is taking its way down to get the guys going. Let's take a look at our race tonight. We're looking at 167 laps. That's 250 miles. 65 laps to a tank approximately. So we'll keep that in mind with these pit stops if it comes to fuel over tires. And they're going to get 6 tire sets tonight that are allowed for tonight's event. So we'll keep that in mind as well. That's what these guys have to work with. 167 laps. That is officially 50% of a 500-mile race here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. And, of course, akin to the NASCAR iRacing series, these guys run 50% of what the real-world NASCAR counterpart runs, except for a few races we'll see later when we get to the NASCAR iRacing series with big events like the Daytona 500. Kane, we are getting ready for this start here in just a moment's time. Looking at these guys, you know they got to be anxious. Always, every start is so important. Got to watch that wheel spin. Got to make sure you get through. You cannot win the race in turn 1, but you can lose it.
Yeah, these cars have got to be so different to drive, and then this being the very first
All-
race of its kind.
All right, pace car is down. Let's get ready to start a new series from Charlotte Motor Speedway as we begin the new series. As they come down the backstretch, everything looking quite well so far. Our top cars up in the top filing out, everybody battling for position and shimmying around. Like we said, 250 miles. Got to make sure you get through the start extra clean, and that is exactly what we had here. A beautiful start here from Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Matt Busa out to a healthy lead.
Yeah, I don't think he could have asked for much better start than that. Matt Busa is looking to get out there and really enjoy that open track. And we got some cars that are battling for position a little bit further back right now. Logan Helton, Jay Jensen and company. We got some cars in that area battling it out. We're looking right now at the number 6 car that's up on the high side, James Houghton. He is using the high line right now, trying to get around a car at the moment. He is working that outside line, trying to make it happen. He's right now on the outside of the number 7 machine of Sean Powell. And it looks like Sean Powell will get the position. And right now, Houghton's got to be careful not to get stuck up on that high side, as he does have a possibility of falling to John Whitendorf down on the inside as well.
Yeah, on board with John Whitendorf, as showing just how challenging it is to keep that car down low there.
Yeah, he is keeping it down, and you got to think these guys do have fresh run, fresh tires. So it's interesting to see once they get that bottom groove going. I'm really excited to see that some guys are already trying some different lines. We've seen already some guys step up to that high line, making it work. Just behind them right now, Tom Abramitis in the number 11 machine. He's working side by side, battling it out for position right now with Justin Levine down on the inside. So as we see him, we just saw that outside work for Tom as the number 11 Chevy Monte Carlo makes the pass. That was absolutely a beautiful move there from the outside line.
Yeah, the car that keeps grabbing my eyes, the 13 machine of Jay Jensen. He is all over the bumper of the number 4 of Logan Helton. And it looks like he's going to try to get down low and try to make a pass, but he's tried several times and hadn't been able to get it done. But the 4 made a little bit of a slip there this time, and I think the 13 might just get this move done.
Yeah, he's got that inside line right now. Look at the exits, or look at the speed right there from the 13 rather, down. He gets the grip. And I think this is going to complete that pass. In fact, we're going to see the number 4 car drop not 1 but 2 positions there, as not only does Jay Jensen slide by in the number 13 Chevy, also going to slide by as James Houghton. So there we go. You see it right there. That inside worked beautifully for him. We're going to see the 4 maybe try a rebound, but he's got his hands full right now with KC Foote in the number 21 Ford Thunderbird. And that is an opportunity. Here he comes down on the inside. He's going to peek in there, but there's not enough. He'll switch up to the high side, and it's actually going to cause him to lose a little bit of speed there. Lost it. He had some great momentum, and now he's got his hands full down on the inside. It's the number 7 machine of Sean Powell. Contact made between the two as both cars shimmy for position. And wow, that could have been bad. Good job there to keep that out of trouble, as things could have got nasty in a hurry.
Yeah, great job from Whitendorf. It looked like he kind of caught the worst of that, but able to keep control of his car and hold on to that position.
So much action going on all over this track. And from the drop of the green flag, it has been Matt Busa leading the way. He had a nice lead, but right now, Joey Brown not too far off the pace, as well as Barrett Bonner. Both cars are within about 3 car lengths from the number 8 Chevy of Matt Busa. We'll keep an eye on this as we are just put 10 laps in the books.
Yeah, you're right. The leader has lost a lot of that ground he had. Joey Brown is catching up quick. To the inside, Joey Brown is putting serious pressure on that number 8 machine. He very well could be the new leader. Side by side still, but the number 5 has gained a little ground. He will officially take the lead. But I don't know if I'd count out Matt Busa quite yet. He's holding his ground up there on that high side. Just behind those guys, Barrett Bonner getting into this fight as well. That's going to be a 3-way battle for the lead. That number 5 still is not cleared of Matt Busa. Joey Brown doing everything he can to get around him, and he's around him. He just ain't quite clear. There he is, clear of Matt Busa. Now the Barrett Bonner is also clear. So Matt Busa from first down to third. That was pretty quick fall off. I am surprised to see the fall off be so quick on that number 8 machine. But there he is coming back to the inside of Barrett Bonner. There's nothing going. He just had a little bit of a run there, but just not enough. Barrett Bonner now putting some pressure on the new leader, Joey Brown, in that number 5 machine.
Absolutely, King.
There he is.
Yeah, sorry, buddy. I was actually doing a little bit of work on my camera there so I could get a little bit of better action or a little better view for myself as I was looking from a spotter's point of view, trying to get, there's so many cars out on the track, and I want to try to get a good view of all of it. And that is something that is a huge advantage for being live at a track versus on the sim. But look at this right now. James Houghton battling side by side, could have possibly went 3 wide, still could, as here comes the 10 machine as well. Jay Jensen, James Houghton, and also look at this down on the inside, the number 10 car. That's James Mullins. Big crash into the wall, huge as the first caution comes out. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 cars at least involved in this accident, and a huge caution comes out at lap 15.
Wow, able to take a look at that new damage model in full effect, and boy, is it beautiful. iRacing has done such a great job with the damage model on these 87 machines.
And as soon as possible, guys, we'll bring you guys a replay of that as we go under our very first caution of the afternoon, or evening rather. And here it is. Looking at the replay right now, you're seeing the 10 car, and he was right. I thought we may go 3 wide for a second here, and going into turn 3, everything looked fine, and you see he was not clear, and it got that back quarter panel, sent the car into a tornado spin, and unfortunately for guys coming up on it, there was nowhere to go when you're carrying these kind of speeds, and it got out of hand in a hurry. So that is so unfortunate, but the pits are open as we see most of the field come down, and we got a big round of pit stops here in this one.
I think I saw the Skull Bandit machine lose a wheel on that one, and the wheel go flying across the track. That was absolutely cool.
Yeah, it was absolutely cool, as you said, Kane. The damage model is so impressive, and it just adds that extra bit of immersion to the sim. and that was fun to see. I'm sure for the gentlemen involved, it was not as fun, but we do have guys getting away right now off pit road. It looks like Matt Busso was the first off pit road in the number 8 Coca-Cola Chevy Monte Carlo, and following him, it'll be the number 3 Kodiak Chevy of Barrett Bonner. And then following in third there, that would be Joey Brown, who was your race leader. And now Joey in the number 5 Chevy Monte Carlo. He will fall back to third from pit stops, followed by James Houghton, who's continued to climb, and then Jonathan Jordan. So that is kind of a look there as our top guys coming off pit road as we remain under the yellow flag. David L. Brown is your leader, though. He did not go down the pits unless I am mistaken. Oh, yeah. Okay, so he did come down pit road, we're hearing. It's just he only took 2 tires. So little strategy coming in there, Kane.
Well, that's one way to get track position, but man, as we've seen the fall off during those first 18 laps, I don't know that strategy's probably not going to work so good, but it'll be interesting to watch.
That it will be. The light's still on the iRacing.com pace car, so we know we have at least one more to go before we go back green. Kane, we've seen 15 or 8 going on our 18th lap now in the books. And what are your thoughts on this start so far?
Man, it's fun. These cars are fun to watch, these old cars going around this track. And the racing's not too bad either. I'm pretty impressed.
Man, you and me both. So impressed with what we've seen so far and really enjoying it. I absolutely love the fact that iRacing brought back a legacy car like this 1987 class. And I would only hope to see in the future that we could get more of some of the legacy. There's so many great eras of NASCAR racing. And if you're a NASCAR fan, you have to appreciate the care and love that iRacing put into both of these vehicles, the Ford Thunderbird and the Chevy Monte Carlo, from such an iconic era.
Yeah, they have done a great job. And you know, I'm normally the type of person that wants to watch good racing, and I don't want to see any wrecks, but I gotta say, man, that wreck was cool. They've done such a great job with that damage model. That was impressive.
It really is, and they continue to work on that damage model, and it's just such miles above what it once was. Kane, you're like me and you are from years ago, as we have just come back to iRacing recently, and to see the jump in technology and the progression that this sim has made is really amazing. It is mind-blowing to see where we were versus where we are now.
And that's the great thing that you get with iRacing, is it's continually evolving. It's not one of those games you buy one time and it's the same forever. This game, every 3 months, is getting updates and just getting better and better.
Oh, it is continuing to get better, like you said. And it looks like, if I can see correctly, looks like the lights are off on the pace car, on the iRacing.com pace car, which means we will be going back green this time by. And this is going to be just a gorgeous race. As we race tonight, we're going to be watching the sun go down here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Just going to amazing racing. As you know, when the sun goes down, the grip level comes up, and that's when we get even more racy. But here we go. The flag is green. Let's go back racing.
Nice shot of Barney waving the flag there.
And back going, it is David Brown has a nice little lead there. It does have Matt Bussa right there behind him, about a 2.5 car length behind him in second. And back in third, it is Barrett Bonner, Joey Brown, and then Houghton is your top 5. And then we got a good battle up on the high side. We got a car stuck up on the high side. That's the number 14 of Jonathan Jordan. And already we got another caution as we are back under yellow flag, as we have a little bit of trouble on the restart. Let's find out exactly what brought out caution number 2, Kane.
It had something to do with Johnny McNamara. He was involved in some way.
And as soon as we are able to find that out, we will do so. So we're hearing it's the 18 machine. Kane?
That's Anthony. You will. That's Anthony. Anthony G. Guarnieri. That's why I always let you read the names, because you're so good at it, and I'm so bad at it.
That's Anthony Garnieri.
Well, what happened to him? Did he just lose it on his own? I didn't.
Yeah, I think he just got loose, Kane. I'm going to go back and look at it again. Yeah, we're going to take an on-board look. Also want to thank Jay Kennedy for just an amazing job with this broadcast. He keeps us with these awesome replays and keeps us up. Look at this onboard footage right here as we are on board right now with oh no, there it is. You see him get loose and into the wall he goes. Yeah, went in hard too. He went into the turn a little bit too hard and got loose, got out from under him. Tough break, and we're under our second caution of the race as we're on lap 22 of 167. So a little bumpy start here to our first ever Winter NASCAR iRacing series event. But it's been a fun one so far, and it's only going to heat up. It's, like you said, it's first series that we've ever done this. So, and with these 87 cars, it's something new. I'm sure for some of these drivers, they're used to being in a lot more modern equipment. So this is fun for everybody, including us. And I'm enjoying it thoroughly. But we got to get back green here in a moment. I don't think we'll have many takers to go down pit road, as we just had stops a moment ago, which means we might get back green flag racing a little quicker. Maybe.
Now, this is an open setup race. There is a fixed setup version of this series as well, where iRacing provides the car setups for all the drivers. This one is an open setup. All these drivers set their own cars up to handle the very best that they can get them to handle. So there could be times where we see on a situation like this where they have just pit, where they think, well, I want to make an adjustment here or there, and so they may go back down to do that, but it's really unlikely. But I just wanted to bring that point that this is an open setup race, that these drivers have set up their cars to their liking.
That's awesome. And that makes a big difference. That makes a huge difference from a fixed setup race.
Right, and the fixed setup race, which is going on right now, I believe, also another server, they're stuck with what the setup that iRacing provides for every car. Every car comes onto that track identical, and there's something to be said for that kind of racing as well. But this is the open setup version of it, and so far I'm really, really enjoying it.
Oh, I am as well.
Let's take a look at the schedule on screen for this series. This week, of course, we're at Charlotte. Next week, we take these cars to Talladega. JD, that's going to be fun.
Tell them a little bit about our history with Talladega, okay?
Yeah, well, for years, every single year, you and I get together, and we live on different sides of the country almost, and we get together and go to Talladega for the race every year. And man, what a blast it is! And to get together with each other and hang out for the weekend is pretty daggum cool.
It really is. It's a great place to go watch a race in person, but it's also fun on the sim. And everybody knows plate racing adds a little something. Some guys that normally may be in the back of the pack, they're really good drivers. If you're in this top split, you're an excellent driver, but it really is anybody's race when you go to a plate track, especially Talladega, as they call it, like a crapshoot. It really is. And
let me ask you this. Is it going to be plate racing in these old cars?
I don't know, Kane. That's a really good question.
Yeah, I'm hearing that they're not, these cars, they didn't have the plates in them yet, and that these guys will be going like 220 mile an hour around Talladega.
Well, that makes me even more excited. So that will be impressive. I am excited for that. You're not going to want to miss that at all. And that'll be next week. So don't want to miss Talladega next week right here on the Winter NASCAR iRacing series. And let's take a look at where we are now in our race and see if we're about to go back green. So we're getting ready for a restart here. So it's like we saw a moment ago. It's going to be a very important restart. No more troubles as the
Single file?
iRacing.com pace car is back down, and Matt Busa is going to take us green.
Single file launch. That's cool.
Yep, 1987 rules. I love it. So only going to see that outside. If you're lap down, you'll see somebody drop down to the inside. Let's look at this. The number 3 machine behind Matt Busa. That is Barrett Bonner. Would love to get up in P2, but look at the run Matt Busa's got. The number 8 Coca-Cola Chevy Monte Carlo getting a really good run, and he will make the pass on David Brown. Matt Busa with a very impressive run. Let's see if David Brown can get him on the rebound. He got a little bit of that lost back, but he's still there. He's going to take the draft down the front stretch here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. He'll have an opportunity as they go down into turn 1, but he doesn't get the run he needs. Matt Busa, really good entrance there to turn 1.
Yeah, that last run, or the first run rather, we've seen Busa has some pretty good short-term speed, but it starts to wane the further they get on in the lap. So we'll definitely have to keep an eye on that. Maybe he made a change on his setup in the pit stop and maybe get a little more distance out of that thing before it starts to fall off.
We'll keep an eye on his car as we progress through hopefully a long green flag run for these guys, so we can see if some of these guys that are set up for a strong car over the long term. Right now I'm watching the number 5 car of Joey Brown. He's already made his way past Barrett Bonner just a few moments ago, and he's already up here working on David Brown. So the number 5 Chevy Monte Carlo working it. He got really close down there on that blue line there, and if you know, Kane, that track gets flat there on that apron, so it can really upset that car at this high of speeds when you get that tire down on that blue line. And I've seen a few guys get right up there on it, but got to be careful, especially in these cars. They can get really upset.
Further back in the number 13 machine, James Cannon, he has just passed 3 cars. He is on the move.
James Cannon. So that's a car we'll keep an eye on there. That is in the number 25 Ford Thunderbird, and loving that, of course.
No, that's not the car. I'm sorry. Had to have been someone else. It's the 13 machine. Jay Jensen. That was my fault. That's the second time I've done that. Read the wrong name.
So that's okay. So instead of a Bill Elliott paint scheme, we're looking at a Dale Earnhardt Sr. Chevy Monte Carlo paint scheme. So that's okay. No worries there at all. And
he's caught up to another one, Brooks Dirting. So he's looking like he's going to get even another pass done in this short of a time frame. So the number 13 machine, Jay Jensen, is on the move.
And look at we're looking on board here with Brooks Dirting, looking there, minor contact there with the 02 Chevy Monte Carlo. Is going to work down on the inside. He'll make it past the 24 machine, and that is a really good job making that pass at around Brooks Dirting. And we'll keep an eye. That's Jay Jensen you're watching there. And we're going to look for another pass around Brooks, as now Kendall Levron in the number 23 machine making his way. He was looking to get a little racy for a moment, but he'll settle back in. All right, let's take a look back up at the front as we got a battle up here for the lead. And it is going to get hot up here. Matt Busa trying to hold on. Look how we almost got a loose race car there. Joey Brown, the back end, stepped down to make some light contact with the wall. He's got to be careful. He's got some scrapes there on the number 5 Chevy Monte Carlo. Got a side-by-side battle down on the inside. He will make the outside work. It's going to come down to a drag race down the backstretch here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Who's going to get the advantage down into turn 3, as right now Joey Brown seems to have a slight advantage, but not by much. These two really racing, and as they're racing, I'm watching the number 6 car come up behind them. So the 3-6 are both right in this thing, and it looks like David Brown will get the pass as he gets ahead there of Joey Brown. What a great race. But don't take your eyes away right now, because Barrett Bonner and James Houghton are right here as well. We got a great 5-car race for the lead. Man, look at this. Barrett Bonner in the number 3 Kodiak Chevy. He had a really good run coming into turn 3. Lost a little bit of momentum. Here we got a battle for the lead right now. Here's going to see David Brown try to make it around Matt Busa. And the number 1 machine got a good run down on the inside out into turn 1. He should have some little bit of advantage, and he does. Will it stick, though, as it looks like Busa is going to have better exit speed down the backstretch?
And don't forget that David Brown is that car that took 2 tires.
Yeah, he is, and it paid off well, but you got to think Boost is going to have a better grip from this point forward. But right now, David Brown is able to hold on to the lead, and look at this, a race to the start-finish line. Boy, would that have been a good finish, as these guys are pushing hard here on lap 35, and it is continuing to be a good battle for the lead. And this is where I'm trying to judge if the top line is where it's at or if the bottom line. It is very, very even right now. We have 2 really good grooves going.
David Brown on that lower line, a driver from Georgia, it appears.
Yes, that makes me smile, as I am a Georgia boy myself. Look at this, so close to contact between both cars. Very, very hair-raising moment there. And Matt Busa going to go up high again. He has another good run. They're door-to-door. And as these guys run down the backstretch here, it is going to be another. Look at this run from David Brown. It's so back and forth. And I think that run right there, every time, well, as soon as I say that, here comes another run from Matt Busa. I don't know where Matt Busa keeps finding these exit speeds, but they're paying off. And look at this, Joey Brown coming into the mix. He's going to come be a part of this battle for the lead, as it is literally now a 3-car battle for first place. And trouble for Matt Busa. He lost a lot of momentum, Kane. He's going to lose 2 positions from that loss of momentum as he falls behind James Houghton and Barrett Bonner.
Yeah, clear back into 5th spot for Matt Busa from whatever mistake that was. It must have just slid out on him, and he had to chase it up the track.
And that's Matt Busa in the number 8 Coca-Cola Chevy Monte Carlo. In front of him, a wonderful paint scheme there on the number 6 City Chevy Monte Carlo.
We do got a battle going on back around that 10th spot. 11th, rather, Jonathan Ashalem on the high side, racing with the number 2 of Justin Levine, and looks like Lynn. Boy, you nailed it during the driver intros, but Canchillo. You're going to have to help me out with that one, JD.
It's all right. All right, which one are you needing help with, buddy?
The number 19 machine, Lynn Canchillo, I think. Canchillo.
All right, let's see. The number 10 car.
19 car.
19?
Yes,
I'm
sir.
seeing it. We got a caution that's coming out right now, and let's find out what's going on. I'm
Well, that
hearing,
was the 10 car.
and that is, you said it right. That's Lynn Canchillo. I'm having a thing where I'm showing some differences in numbers
Yeah, me too.
on the
Using-
track, and
yeah.
I think we're having some custom numbers shown, and so it's throwing me off a little bit. So we're gonna fix that. I'm gonna stay with the broadcast screen there so that I can match up with what the viewers are seeing. I don't want to misinform anybody. Got a viewer out there, let me know that the numbers were off from what we were saying. Look at the replay right here. I want to thank Jay for bringing that up for us. As you see the number 10 car, and the only problem with the number differential is I'm not able to see the name. So if if that's Casey Foot there in the number 10 car, and I will try my best
Which is
to.
actually the number 21 car, but he's using a custom number. So he's painted that 10 over the iRacing supplied number 21. So
Right.
does make it a little confusing.
It does, and like I said, from now on, I will try to go off what everybody is seeing on the broadcast. Because if you're watching, you don't see what's on the iRacing sim. So that's what
To
we'll go
explain
with.
that a little bit better for the people at home, since we're under yellow, iRacing provides each one of these drivers a number based on their driver rating. That each driver has a driver rating that they earn throughout their career on iRacing, and based on that number, their I rating, they are scored their car number, and that car number is based on whereabouts they line up in the line of drivers in the field. And so that's
In other
why,
words, if you're one, you have the highest I rating of everyone on the track at that
Right.
time.
and you're somewhat
Big race off
expected
pit
to
road.
win. Yeah, that's a good race off pit road.
Sorry to butt in there, Kane. Just had a really good run there off pit road, and we got a graphic. And Jordan has missed his pit box. Jonathan Jordan, that is going to be troublesome as that messed his stop up. So no stop there for the 14 machine, and we'll see how that pays off. Now, he's not out of it yet. He could hope for another caution, and he'd have to go back down pit road, of course. I'd wonder if he'll go down this next lap.
I don't know. There's a lot of race left, so
Yeah,
he may risk it.
Yeah, let's take a look here. We're going to look at the iRacing replay on your screen. And I don't think, a lot of folks don't realize just how busy pit road is and how difficult it is. It's something a lot of people take for granted. Pit road is so important for track position. And when you have a field with this many cars and you miss your pit box, it's not like you can just stop and turn around. I mean, you miss it. You just got to keep going, and it really, really hurts. But it's not the end of the world for Jordan. Like I said, he can always hope that another caution comes out soon, or stay out there. He's in the lead right now. Of course, everybody's got fresh tires behind him, so that's going to be problematic for him. But you never know. The race gods can send some luck your way, and things could end up okay. But we'll see how that pans out. It'll be something we kind of keep an eye on over the next short while.
While we're under yellow, I want to just take a second to thank everyone for watching. If you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, wherever you're watching, we do appreciate it. And since this is a new series, people may not know that we're broadcasting it quite yet. So if you would, please share it around. And if you're watching this back later on in the week to watch a race or whatever, give it a share. Try to spread it around that we are broadcasting this series this season. And don't forget to give us a thumbs up.
That's it. It may not take you but just a second, but it means the world to us. And not only to us, but to the drivers out on the track that would love to get their sponsors some coverage, as well as them as a racer some coverage. This is the Winter NASCAR iRacing Series, and it will end 2 weeks before the Daytona 500. There you see Jordan in his pit stall. He did decide to go back down pit road, guys, so no worries for him. He's down pit road. The lights are off on the pace car, so we will be going back green this time. But back to what I was saying just a moment ago, we will be broadcasting the NASCAR iRacing Series as well. So hang with us here through the Winter Series, and we will bring you into the NASCAR iRacing Series with the start of the Daytona 500 in February. And boy, are we looking forward to that. Got a new car with the Gen 7 to look forward to. But before we go new, let's enjoy the past with these 1987 beauties out on the track. It is lap 44. We'll restart at lap 45 of 167. Everybody's got fresh tires for the most part. They've topped off with Sunoco Racing Fuel. Let's get back racing here at Charlotte, and let's go racing. Beautiful, beautiful sim weather out here. As like I said, the sun has got off that asphalt surface, and that should provide the gentleman with more grip out there with this mostly cloudy weather. Pace car down pit road, and the 83 will take us back green as Brown takes the green flag. And off into turn one. Everybody getting panned out. Up on the high side is the number 9 Kellogg's Cornflakes Chevy, as he is tucked in behind Matt Busa there in the number 8 Coca-Cola Chevy Monte Carlo, as everybody is trying to find their groove, find some grip. See some trouble, got a car off track. It's the Chevy City, which is Chevy Monte Carlo. That is the number 6 car of James Houghton. And that is a tough break there for the Chevy Monte Carlo. But for his benefit, is the damage doesn't look bad, but no caution was waived. That is very hurtful for him. That is going to possibly put him down a lap at least. So as we stay green here at Charlotte, usually, now let me explain to somebody out there that may be like, hey, a car just crashed, why did the caution not waive? If it does not jam up the racing surface, there is no reason to throw the yellow flag, and NASCAR will keep the race going. So on the right side of your screen right now, Jay has got the replay for you guys. You see he just got loose. So I talked about how dangerous that apron is earlier. You got that 24, I believe, degree banking here at Charlotte, and flat, virtually close to flat apron when you're considering the degrees of the banking. And now we do have a caution as we look at the number 28 Ford Thunderbird of Kendall LeBron. He is into the wall here at America's Home for Racing here in Charlotte, and that is going to bring out our next caution of the night. So a very caution-filled beginning here to the Winter NASCAR iRacing Series. As we get back to some yellow pacing laps, let's take another look at what happened to the number 28 Thunderbird. Had the number 10 car coming down on the inside for a pass. As we enter turn 3 here, he comes down, and the spotter did not say that he, or I guess he thought he had it clear, came down into the traffic. And that happens, unfortunately, all too often. And that is going to bring out another yellow flag here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. So we are hearing now from our director that Matt Busa has dropped from tonight's event. And that is very unfortunate for a car that had very promising speed tonight. Not only was he promising speed, he was your pole sitter tonight, running the fastest lap of qualifying.
Something happened that last pit stop. He came out about midfield around the 10th spot.
That is unfortunate that he has left tonight's event. So not quite sure what happened. If you're in the comments and perhaps you're part of the racing, I know sometimes we have guys that are on the inside. They're with the crew chief, or they happen to know with the race team what happened. We'd love to know exactly what happened to Matt Busa, and hate that he was here in the race and gone now. And as I've always said, Kane, I attribute stuff like this to mechanical issues. You know, it's a sim issue. Apparently he's gone, but I've always said that's like losing an engine. You know, it's just all of a sudden you're racing and then boom, you can't no more. So very unfortunate that Matt Busa is gone, but we have a race still to run here for the rest of the field, and they say let's do it.
How good did that two-tire pit stop pay off for David Brown?
It paid off in dividends, and it's continuing to do so. He is your race leader right now, and it's I'm curious to see if he will come down pit road. He did not there, so it looks like he's okay, and the car has got to feel comfortable.
Well, he has pit since the two-tire stop, so he's on the same strategy now as everybody else, and it came out in the number 1 spot. So
my fault there. I missed him pitting last time. So mass apologies there, as we are still flashing lights, so we got at least one more to go. Let's do a rundown of how the field runs, at least in the top part of the field. We have David Brown leading the way. Behind him, it is Joey Brown. And then we look back, it's Barrett Bonner in the Kodiak Chevrolet. Behind him, it is Logan Helton. Welcome to the top 5, Logan. And then we move back to the 5th position. That is Sean Powell in the Coors Melling Thunderbird. Behind him, it is Jay Jensen in the Wrangler Chevrolet. Behind him, it is Lynn Canchello in 7th place. In 8th place, it is Tom Abramitis. Jonathan Oshalem is in the 9th position. And rounding out the top 10, it is Justin Levine. In 11th, it's James Cannon by Devin Allen in 12th. He's in the Havoline Ford Thunderbird. Kyle Feimster is in the number, well, I don't want to mess the number up, but he is currently in the 13th position in his Chevy. And behind him, it is in the 14th position, Aaron McEachern, Brooks Dirting, and then we see Jonathan Jordan heading down pit road. So he's heading back down pit road. Remember, he missed his pit box earlier, Kane, and I bet he's using this time to go back down where he can spend a little bit more time and get whatever he needed to taken care of. So that is Jonathan Jordan in pit road right now. Also, Johnny McNamara is in pit road. So some guys are getting some things done here. The lights are out in the iRacing.com pace car, which means we are going back green this time around. So David Brown going to lead us back to green as we are heading down the backstretch here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. If you're just joining us, it has been a lot of action here at the start of this one. We've had some great grooves, some good racing, but we have had a few caution flags that have plagued the beginning of the race, but we are about to go back green. And like I said, it's a new series, new car. For a lot of these guys, probably don't race this car very often. So we got some adjustments all around from the commentating crew to the drivers, and we're getting ready to go back green right now from Charlotte Motor Speedway here in the Winter NASCAR iRacing Series as that pace car gets ready to take that left-hand turn. And these guys get those engines revved back up. Let's do it. Pace car is in, and the green flag is waving. Boy, look at the race right here between the 3 and the 4. According to my numbers, that is Logan Helton and Barrett Bonner. Bonner down on the inside, just in front of him, Joey Brown. So a 3-car race here for second place. Right now, Joey Brown has the advantage. Look how close. Wow. Bonner down on the inside behind him, or Brown down on the inside. It's Logan Helton behind him. Barrett Bonner thought about taking the high line. He'll settle in behind the slipstream of Logan Helton, and these cars are flying. All 3 chasing down your race leader, David Brown, and it looks like Joey Brown is going to catch him here momentarily. Boy, back in the field a little bit, we got some more impressive racing going on as James Houghton was battling. It was literally looked like a diamond of 4 cars battling it out with Kyle Feimster and James Houghton. Houghton looking to make the pass. Unfortunately for him, not able to get the momentum. Behind him, Justin Levine, James Cannon, and Aaron McEachern and Brooks Dirting all were fighting for position as well. Back up for the lead. Look at this right now. As we get a pass there, the number 13 car makes it around Sean Powell. That is Jay Jensen. We've seen some speed out of him before in tonight's race as he continues to move up. Now we look ahead to Barrett Bonner. Right there, almost makes contact with the number 4 machine of Logan Helton. Wait, what a good battle we have up at the front of this field.
Yeah, there's battles. Everybody's doing quite well tonight. Battles all throughout the field.
Look at this. Down on the inside, it's going to be Barrett Bonner with the pass on Logan Helton. Also the 13 car. He could go down to the bottom, find himself 3 wide. Jay Jensen will do not that, and he'll follow Logan Helton, or Barrett Bonner, rather. Oh, he gets down on that apron. Looks how loose to made that car. A good job saving that. That could have been bad. We've seen how that apron can cause trouble.
Yeah, a lot of speed out of that Jay Jensen machine. I expect we'll see him getting near the front here before long. He has just made his way clear through the field. Let's see, where did he qualify at? I guess he qualified 7th. So, but he found himself back deep in the pack at the beginning of this thing somehow and has made his way back up to the front.
Yeah, he thought about going down on the inside there. Jay Jensen thought about going down on the inside of Logan Helton there and thought better of it. Did not have the room and had to check it up. And while that happened, that did allow Sean Powell to kind of make it back up in the picture with these gentlemen. And while those 3 going at it, here goes another opportunity as it looks like Jay Jensen's going to look for a pass again and gets shut down again. He looks high. Sometimes these guys will fake high and go low. That's exactly what Jensen looked like he wanted to do there, but the door was shut by Helton. Really good racing going on up here at the top 5, really the top 7 really showing up. Also showing up to the party is Tom Abramitis. He has welcomed himself up to the picture behind Sean Powell. So these guys are really putting down good pace, and all the while, David Brown leads the race. You know, you get a little bit of a good look at that sun is on turns really 2 and most of the backstretch, but when you look at turns 3, part of 3 and 4, in the front tri-oval, the sun is down. So you got different parts of the track where you guys probably feel a little bit more grip in the front stretch in the tri-oval, but then in the back stretch going into turn 3, that's where we're seeing some guys get loose. And I think it's because we have a higher track ambient, or not ambient, but a higher track temp, and that may cause slight less grip. So the guys feel the confidence, and then they get a little bit loose on entry to 3, and we've seen a guy get loose there several times tonight.
Yeah, that's definitely a problem spot for sure.
It makes me wonder if it is due to the grip loss from that sunlight. It may be, it may not be, but it sounds good regardless, so I'll stick with it.
The guys have settled down here a little bit now and kind of sticking single file for the most part. And it seems like they're kind of taking it easy. I did see somebody going to the inside there. It looks like that number 11 machine.
Yes, Tom Abramitis down on the inside in the iRacing.com Chevy Monte Carlo as he looks to make it around the number 7 car of Sean Powell. So we'll see if Sean Powell can hold off a charging car. And look at that, number 7, the Coors machine there of Sean Powell, able to hold off Abramitis for the moment. Yeah, the guy.
I see a comment in the YouTube, talking about Helton, and I just got to disagree. I think Helton is running a good, clean race. I haven't seen anything, unless I just missed it, anything that even seems like aggressive. He seems like he's running a pretty cool race so far.
I haven't read the comment, but if they're saying he might have been a little aggressive, it may have been just he was putting a little bump. It's just bump drafting. He's been, he got close to getting a guy loose earlier, so that may be what they're referring to. But
I probably didn't see it.
That's
like everybody kind of calmed down here the last few laps though, and kind of taking it easy.
Well, like I said, everybody gets out to the race. It's a new series. Everybody wants to do well, and sometimes you can get over aggressive, and I think that's what we saw with a lot of the guys in this one. Now, some of it was just due to unexpected things, but now the guys are settling down. They're getting into the groove. There's a long race. There's no reason to over push right now, because like we've seen with some guys that really have hurt their race tonight by getting into incidents right at the beginning of the race, and that's not what you want to do. And right now these guys are doing exactly what you need to do. Make up positions while you can, but don't over push, don't overdrive the car. And
there's still over 100 laps to go. We've got 6 drivers out already, so take it easy, get through these laps. Still 100 to go.
I was kind of watching Lynn Cacello and number 19 on my screen, Chevy Monte Carlo, and he's just kind of been watching, because he's got in front of him, he's got some fast cars. He's got James Houghton, who's been up there in the top 5 mix. But both of these guys, James Houghton and Cancelo, have a good view of this top running pack here. And they're just kind of sitting back there watching. They're still close enough where they can get up there and make something happen. But right now, if I'm in this race with as much time as as they have left, I want to just make sure I'm around. Here you're going to see the number 4 car go up high. He's going to try that high groove, and that is not going to work.
Something's happening. He must have lost control or something, because he's now back to what, 7th spot?
Yeah, 7th place for Logan Helton there. I'm going to just pull back my screen just for a second just to see if I can see what happened. He was coming through the tri-oval, Kane, and yeah, he shot the car up a little bit, brought it back down. I think he went in a little hot into turn 1, and he got up high and had to let off that gas, so he lost that momentum. It shows you how much momentum carries. He just had to lift because the back end got just a tiny bit loose, and that cost him to lose 3 positions.
Yeah, I think we've seen that same thing happen to Matt Busa early on, and he lost a lot of time as well.
We have a new
super important.
We have a new race leader, Joey Brown. While I was looking back, I missed it. Joey Brown has taken the lead away from David Brown. So Joey Brown's in the lead. David Brown follows. David Brown going to look down to the inside in the Georgia Ford Thunderbird, and he's looking to reclaim that lead, as he should. Bonner right behind him as well. Top 3 really cooking. Lots of good speed up here in the top 10.
The broadcast livery or paint scheme for David Brown is a tad different than what we're seeing, JD.
It is. It is Nexus.
Nexus, okay.
Yeah, it is. The Nexus is what I see on the back of the car. So, yeah, we'll say the Nexus
83
Ford.
machine.
Yeah, the 83 car, Nexus Ford Thunderbird. Mopar. Jay, beautiful job getting us that livery shot. Thank you. Because I like to call out some sponsors, like to give them, look at the front 4 cars. We have 3 that have got to be teammates, all 3 with the same paint scheme, and they are all up here at the front. Joey Brown, look at this down on the inside. Great onboard footage looking from the back there at that battle for position, and that was great. Now we're going to see another car down on the inside. I think that inside line is the fast line right now, as you're on board with Sean Powell looking ahead. And now you see 3 of those RMC or RM, or is it RMCO or RMCO? RYCO, RYCO, Chevy Monte Carlos, and they lead this race. 3 cars, same paint scheme, got to be teammates, leading the way. Boy, don't you know they like to see that. And as we continue to broadcast this series, we'll learn more about the drivers that participate, especially up here in the top split. And as we learn, if you are driving in this series or you are affiliated with a team, look at this run down on the inside. It is the number 7 Coors Ford Thunderbird down on the inside, making a great push. He'll go and get a little bit of a nudge above the 02 Monte Carlo. That is Sean Powell, made the pass. and made it look easy. Good job there from the number 7 Thunderbird. Another car going to look down on the inside. That is the Nexus 83 machine, and he's going to work on that 02 as well. Man, something is going on. We're going to see another run down in the picture as well. Look at this. The 7 Course machine going to make another pass, going to move up to position 2 as he gets around Bonner in the Kodiak Chevy. And that is fantastic. That is Barrett Bonner fell back. He's going to come back on the high side, trying to make it around Sean Powell. We saw Powell make up 2 spots. He is in danger of losing that spot, but they're coming up on the leader, Joey Brown. We got all these Browns up here in the top 3.
I wonder if they're related. We kind of have to find out if they're related. These could be brothers having a good battle, and we don't even know.
Big run for the lead. That's going to be Sean Powell down on the inside, and the Coors number 7 will take the lead as he takes it away from Joey Brown and then David Brown. David down on the inside, and that number 83 car pushing forward as that Thunderbird. We have 2 Thunderbirds followed by 3. Make it 5 Chevy Monte Carlos. So we have a new race leader as Sean Powell leads the way here on lap 76. And you see how fast the race starts moving when we stay green. And what I love is seeing green flag pit stops. And we still got a little ways to go, but it won't be too far off if we stay green. Look at this. We're going to see Tom Abramitis in the number 11 iRacing.com Chevy Monte Carlo down on the inside. And this is not good for Barrett Bonner. He has continued to fall back a few positions. And I don't think he's running real bad, but he just keeps getting in these little battles and losing position. Now you'll see him drop to the inside. He kept trying the high line, and it just wasn't working. So he has decided to file back in line. He is right in front of Jay Jensen. And we'll see if he's able to gain some of those spots back. I hate that he lost those positions, but it just kept coming. He lost one earlier to Joey Brown and then Logan Helton and then Abramitis. So he is back now in 6th place and dropped out of the top 5. He's going to work on Abramitis here. He's going to get a run as he gets a good push there from Jay Jensen. We'll see if they are able to stay down on the inside line. You know, they have been green for a little while, Kane. It makes us wonder what the grip levels for these guys, especially for those that have been battling hard on this green flag run.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing, that we've been green for quite a while. These tires have got to be showing somewhere. I don't know what how different the tires was back 30 years ago.
Well, I think
were they better or worse?
I think the tire model's the same as our other stock Cup Series cars, I think. We got some other cars in the field working hard as well. James Cannon back in 10th place. A battle for 11th is on with Kendall LeBron and Justin Levine. Levine looking to the high side through turns 1 and 2. And behind him it is the Aaron McEachern, as he was looking to make a move there as well.
Justin Levine now to the inside.
Yeah.
That 23 machine of Kendall LeBron. Looks like he might have enough momentum to get it done. A little bit of internet connectivity problem there for the 23 machine.
Yeah, that's always dangerous there. And the number 28 machine kind of popping in and out of your screen, guys. That is a ping issue. And that is not fun when you're out there racing at 180-something miles per hour, neck and neck. Although he's going to go down to the inside now against the Proline Thunderbird. And we have a good race for position. These guys are really going at it door to door. And look at this. The Proline may be able to make it up on the high side. And right now he is able to do so. So Kendall LeBron down on the inside. Justin Levine is the car on the high side. And right now Levine has been able to make it last. But you have to think with LeBron having Aaron McEachern. Oh, trouble is the two cars going to go around. Contact is made, and the caution will wave as Brooks Dirting caught up in the incident. And that is so unfortunate there. We had some great racing going on with these gentlemen. And let's go back and take a look at the replay, find out exactly what happened as these guys were rolling through turn two. And yeah, we saw the 2 car get spun around first. And let me see. Let's see if we can't.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the replay here. So as you see, came down across the hood, was not clear. And when I say it was close to being clear, but just was not quite clear and came down across the hood there. And that is so unfortunate. That's something we've seen already today. So a lot of close racing. You're going to get that happening, but these guys got to start listening to those spotters. And as we see,
how much of that is being new to this car and the size difference, maybe. It's
that's a
bigger
good
car.
question. That is a good question. Not sure. But let's take a look at the pit stops here, guys. Lap 83 of 167. And we are headed down pit road as these guys getting ready for fresh tires and topped off with that virtual racing fuel. Let's see who wins the race off pit road. And look at this. The race off pit road, you see, looks like a car took 2 tires. And that will be our first car off pit road. That was KC Foyt. And Helton first out. Then see, I was watching. We had in front of him. We had Bonner. I'm sorry, Joey Brown. We had David Brown, Joey Brown, followed by Barrett Bonner, Sean Powell, Tom Abramitis, Jay Jensen, and James Houghton. The big ones first off pit road, followed by Kyle Feimster, Aaron McEachern, and Lynn Cancelo, followed by James Cannon. Further back, we had Johnny McNamara, then Devin Allen, and then Jonathan Jordan. Remember, Jordan had that missed pit stall earlier, and just seeing where he was at. He was last trying to find out exactly what the positions are. You know how it is when we're in the mid. He looks like he's currently running 15th according to the score on the screen. That is a pink and purple car.
Yes, it is.
Nothing wrong with that at all. Love the Terry Labonte Kellogg's Cornflakes car. Love that paint
lots
scheme.
of throwback schemes this race, which is really cool.
Yeah, I love to see it. Love to see it. And there you see the lights on the iRacing.com pace car. So we will be staying yellow at least one more lap. I want to take this time to thank everybody who's been a part of this broadcast with us tonight. We want to thank you for being here with us. If you get a chance, go by the Sim Speed Network YouTube and leave us a comment. Let us know what you're thinking, who you're pulling for, all that good stuff, as we try to give it a good check throughout the night. And got quite a bit of comments out there tonight. So,
Jay, did you
guys.
get the 63 to work on that car? I think I see the 63 now.
All right.
Screen.
What are you seeing, Kane?
Well, I'm looking at the Hilton machine, I think, and I see a 63 number on it.
Logan Helton, I'm showing 4.
Yeah, 63 on the broadcast. Finally got it to show up.
Well, on the broadcast, it's showing 63. You mean in iRacing?
Well, no, on the broadcast, it had been showing 4 for me all race long, but I thought, heck, I could be confused.
Yeah, 4 is Barrett Bonner. The broadcast, we're all seeing the same thing. It's just what's on your actual simulator itself is when it's different.
Okay.
I mean, because we're all watching the same broadcast feed.
Well, I swear I'd been watching
On
Helton
you were
and
you were,
seeing
but it
the
was on your
63 before.
you,
Yeah, I
yeah
must have been watching the wrong screen.
yeah. No worries, no worries.
Because some of those custom stickers are showing up on the broadcast and some of them aren't.
Well, I know. Well, we're watching. Jay has got us on the broadcast, so we're watching everybody that is watching the broadcast. We're all seeing the same thing on the broadcast feed. However, whatever our simulators that are run through iRacing is different. Now, I will try to mess with my trading paints and see if I can get it worked out for next week where I'll allow custom numbers. Pace car down in pit road as we get ready to go back. Green racing, 82 laps left in this thing. Lots of good racing left. Let's go back racing. Absolutely beautiful camera work from Jay Kennedy. Look at the rundown on the inside there. Beautifully done. Let's see if he can get it pulled off, trying to get around Tom Abramitis. And then you got the O2 pushing hard. He's got a great run down on the inside. Let's see if he can pull it through the tri-oval as they get ready to enter down into turn one. That is a fantastic run, and I like to see Abramitis stay at the top, trying to make that top line work. You see behind him, Bonner trying to make it work as well, and they're neck and neck down the backstretch here at Charlotte. Beautiful. I think the outside may start to pay off for some of these guys. They're getting good exit speed out of the top, so I'm liking what I'm seeing. Look at this exit speed through the tri-oval. Really good. He doesn't get enough to clear him, but just about. As he gets through one, he's got enough to clear him, and he'll come down. Beautiful job. He made that outside line work beautifully. That's how you want to work the outside.
Oh, that crash between the leaders.
No way. We're going to have to go take a look and check on this big crash, as that is David L. Brown. And that is so unfortunate there for the number 83 Nexus Ford Thunderbird, as he is involved in that incident. Don't know how bad that damage is. The car is driving back down the road.
Was involved as well. The other
so let's take a look at the replay right now. As you're watching right now up here, these are your front runners, and looks like contact on the back quarter panel. We've seen it time and time again, and the number 14 pays the price for getting into the back of the number 83 Nexus Chevrolet, or Ford Thunderbird rather, and that is unfortunate. I hate to see that. You had the 14 pushing, trying to give him a little bump draft there, but unfortunately it was just a little bit too much power, and it sends the car around and sends the 14 into the wall as well. So 2 cars involved in that one, and we're back under caution with 78 to go. Man, I hate to see that.
I swear that the paint's updated on that last caution, because the car that we had been kind of talking up, the Wrangler car, is now a number 2 car.
Okay.
So we've had some changes here, but
that's fun.
Unless I'm just I could be bouncing back between. This is the first time we've ever had this where the custom stickers issue during our broadcast, so it's causing me a little grief. But trying to find that car that I was just talking about, do you remember the Wrangler car? I'm not losing my mind, am I?
You might be. I don't know.
The Dale Earnhardt Sr. car that was making its way through the field and we were talking about?
Yes. You are correct. Sorry, Kane. I'm listening to you, and I'm also reading some of the comments out there on the YouTube page, and just giving it a read through. And like I said, happy to have you guys here with us tonight. Got some Ryco Motorsports supporters out there.
Yeah, I love it when they tell me who they're rooting for. And
yeah,
we've had several of them tonight that let us know who they're cheering on, and that always makes me happy.
Got 828 Productions rooting on Sean. So, and I'm assuming that is pulling for Sean Powell there in the number 7 Coors Melling Ford Thunderbird. He's had a fantastic race so far. Sean Powell has done really, really good in this race. Started 10th on the grid, Kane. He's currently running in the 3rd position. He's had a really good run. Another car that's had a really great run as well is Tom Abramitis. He started 12th in tonight's grid, and he's running 4th right now in the iRacing.com Chevy Monte Carlo. So we'll keep an eye on these guys as they have had really good races, starting a little bit closer to mid-pack, but have been able to run up here with the best.
Yeah, that was Jay Jensen that I was talking about before, who's in a different car now. He's in the number 2 machine now, and the Wrangler car no longer exists.
And since we are past the halfway mark and the lights are still on the pace car, I'm going to let you take the lead for just a moment, Kane, and I will be right back with you, pal.
Alrighty, again, I want to thank everybody for commenting on the YouTube. That always helps. The more you comment, the more it feeds the algorithm for YouTube to distribute the video further and put it in more people's feeds. So the comments and the thumbs up, definitely appreciate those. And if you're watching on Facebook or any of the other places that you might find this broadcast, we appreciate you tuning in. Give us a heart or a thumbs up or whatever that particular service uses. Lights are out on the pace car. Logan Helton in the number 1 spot. Barrett Bonner in 2nd. Sean Powell in 3rd. Tom Abramitis will take off from the 4th spot. James Houghton from 5th. Kyle Feimster will go from 6th spot. Aaron McEachern from 7th. Lynn Kitchelow from 8th, and James Cannon from 9th. Jonathan Oshalem from the 10th place. Last time Logan got a heck of a jump off the start and gained 4 or 5 car lengths, so we'll have to keep an eye to see how he does off of this restart. Barrett Bonner will not be looking to let him get too far away. But Sean Powell is fast as well. We could see Sean make some moves here to get back up into that lead position. Pace car is off. We are going green whenever Logan says so. All right, good clean start from everybody so far. Logan still holding on to the number 1 spot with Barrett Bonner behind him and Sean Powell back in 3rd. On board now with Barrett Bonner as he is trying to track down Logan Helton and take over that number 1 spot.
All right, so fantastic restart here, and Logan Helton takes that number 1 spot, as Kane just says. Got Barrett Bonner right there in the Kodiak Chevy working on that lead. He would love to get that spot. And while these two battle it out, Sean Powell, the number 7 Coors Melling Ford Thunderbird, is marching closer. Gotta love it, Kane. And really, even with the cautions we've had tonight, it's been a really exceptional race. We've had lots of great battles for position, and we're about to have one here in just a second for the lead. I think Bonner's about to make a move here in a moment, as he has the Kodiak Pontiac, as it says on the paint there. We all know it's a Chevy, but I do like seeing guys throw their own manufacturer on there. Just gotta love it. Man, look at this. Good battle for the lead here. And, oh, a car gets loose. That is the number 7 car. Sean Powell got loose. That's going to allow James Houghton down on the inside in the Chevy City, the Chevrolet City Chevrolet, to make the pass. Let's see if Houghton can hold him off because Sean Powell's coming back. Man, that was crazy. He got a little bit loose and lost the momentum and allowed Houghton to make the pass. Also coming into the picture right now is the number 11 iRacing.com machine of Tom Abramitis. He is right there as well. So he's coming into the picture as well. Behind them, it's Kyle Feimster and Aaron McEachern battling it out as well. And McEachern would really love to get this position. He'd love to move up to 6th spot, and he is right there at it. Battle for the lead still continuing to heat up as Bonner has hung right there with him. He has stayed on the rear bumper of Logan Helton as Helton tries to maintain this lead, and he is having to work for it because here comes Bonner down the backstretch here at Charlotte. He's got the momentum. He's going to have the inside line down into turn 3, and he's going to close the door as the number 4 machine of Logan Helton gets the block down, gets down and cuts down that bottom line. Just as they cross the finish line to start lap 100 here at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
And still a great race for that lead spot. Helton holding on, but Barrett really, even maybe a bump there? Really just right there.
Just a little nudge. Not much. It was close, if even that. And through the tri-oval now as we start lap 101, when now we're going to see Logan Helton down on the inside. It's going to be Barrett up on the top, and Barrett Bonner up on the top. He looked at it, just decided against it, and I think he's going to try again down the backstretch. Each time he's seen the backstretch, he's tucked down to the inside. He's going to do it again. Let's see if he gets the momentum push he wanted. He has a really good push this time. Down on that blue line on the apron. He's got a really good run. It's going to be a race door-to-door through the tri-oval. Let's see if Bonner can hold him. The race to the line was on the better for Logan. And down into turn 1, it's going to be Barrett Bonner still down on the inside. Logan Helton up on the top. The battle for the lead is on here at lap 102. Boy, this is fantastic. We're going to see if the top or the bottom line prevails, as both grooves seem to be very good at this point. We've had a lot of rubber laid down on that bottom line, and it makes me wonder if the top's going to start being a little bit faster. As you should see, once a lot of rubber gets put down low, you'll see guys start to move up a lane, and we're starting to see that a little bit through the field as we are 100-plus laps into this one. We have been 3 laps door-to-door with these guys, and they're going to continue. We may go 3 wide here in a moment as here comes another car to the party. It is the Chevrolet City Chevy of James Houghton. He is right in this picture as well, and that is a little bit of breathing room. Not much, but a little bit for Logan as he's able to get it just over a car length ahead of Barrett Bonner.
As those guys battle it, draw the other guys in closer, taking it from a 2-car battle to a 4-car battle. Now as those guys have separated a little bit, the battle has stopped. Those guys not drawing in quite so quick.
Might as well make it a 5-car battle now, as it looks like Tom Abramitis has made it to the party. Also, Kyle Feimster and Aaron McEachern continue their battle for 6th place. Another battle behind them is heating up as well. That's Jay Jensen trying to hold off David Brown. Now remember, Brown led a good part of the beginning of this race, or early in the race rather, and then he had that incident. So we're seeing him try to reclaim some of his lost ground here. He's going to look down on the inside. He's going to try to make his pass. He's got great momentum headed down into turn 3. Jay Jensen going to try to hold him off, but going to be unsuccessful as Brown takes the pass. Beautiful job there by David Brown. Obviously, has tremendous pace here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, and his march is on. He wants to get back up here. He knows he has a car that is capable of winning this race, and he's in a good spot. Still plenty of racing left to be done here at Charlotte, and he's starting to make his march.
To the drivers, if you're watching this playback, this replay back later on in the week or something, you notice we don't have the right paint scheme on your car, send us a message on Facebook at SimSpeed, and we'll get it straightened out.
Sorry, Kane, 3 wide, a little bit further back in the field as I'm watching Lynn Kinshello went 3 wide with Jonathan Oshalem and Justin Levine. And my goodness, or better yet, Devin Allen. My apologies. Devin Allen, Lynn Kinshello, and Jonathan Oshalem battling it out back here as this is the battle for 12th place. And boy, it was good. Still good.
Yeah, it's still hot. Yeah.
Oshalem right now is pushing hard. He has got that Kellogg's machine working. He's going to go down on the inside. Let's see if Oshalem can get Levine. While he battles for 11th position, another battle pursues behind him. But here it is down on the inside. Levine pushing hard, trying to make this pass complete there. Oshalem, door to door. And right there at the line, beautiful as this race continues, door to door, nudging, pushing. Levine is up on the high side, Oshalem down on the bottom. And Oshalem in the Kellogg's Cornflakes Chevy. And he's got a good run down on the inside this time as you see Levine up there working that high groove. And I am impressed with how good this high groove has worked out for these guys. They're able to hang in there. And like I said, the high line typically gives better exit speed. But obviously the lower line is the shorter distance. So it's just really well balanced in this race. And look at that, the high line prevailed. So that is a great pass there from Justin Levine. And behind him, it is Lynn Kinshello battling it out with Devin Allen. Allen right now working hard down there in the number 20 machine. And this time it looks like the bottom line will prevail.
We've got battles up front again for the second spot. Third spot is door to door. Got the number 7 is Sean Powell down to the inside.
Yeah, beautiful job hanging right there on the apron, Kane. You're right. And Sean Powell had an extremely fast car all race long, as well as Barrett Bonner. And Barrett Bonner going to try to make that high line work. And if he can get that high line work, he can not only get this pass done on Sean Powell, he'll get up there and make it work with Houghton and then Helton as well. So this top 5 little class of cars we've got has just been putting on quite the show here as of late. It has continued to entertain as Logan Helton leads the way here at lap 112.
All right, so we've seen the high line work twice, and we've seen it fail that time. I think he might have just went a little too high on that one, and that allowed Sean Powell to get pretty far clear on that low line.
Oh, look at this. We're going to have a passing opportunity for the lead. Here it is. Logan Helton in danger of losing that position. Here it is. The Chevy City Chevrolet to the lead. Oh, he may have went just a little bit too much. It's going to be a rebound opportunity for Helton. Can he get it done? No. Door is shut by James Houghton as he leads the race. And now there's a great battle for second place. Is up on the high side. It'll be Sean Powell in the number 7 Coors Thunderbird battling it out with the number 4 Chevrolet. And Logan Helton down on the inside. Can he keep this P2? It's going to be close. We're going to go door to door. We could go 3 wide. Here comes Barrett Bonner into the picture as well. Boy, we got a good race here going on, guys, up in the top 5. It is continuing to entertain. Really good fight here for this lead. So Barrett Bonner right there in the mix. Sean Powell and James Houghton fighting for second place. Or better yet, Logan Hilton and Sean Powell fighting for second as James Houghton leads the way. Boy, they're so close, I'm getting them mixed up. James Houghton got to be glad to have this lead now. That car has done really good in the long run. Every time we've had a longer green flag run, his car has looked exceptionally fast, and he's looking really good right now.
And on board with Barrett Bonner, and you can see this late in the run just how much he's having to fight that machine through those turns.
I tell you what, I don't know. I'm not a fast race car driver, anything like that, but I took some laps in this car pre-race and was just out there trying to get a feel for it. And I don't know if it's just me, but I felt the bumps in the road a lot more in this car than I feel like I do in the Gen 6 car. So maybe it's just me, but I felt like these cars, I could feel every bump in the road. I had to work the wheel more, and it just felt that way to me. There may be some truth to that. It's just it could have been in my head. I don't know, but it sure felt like I had to work the car so much more. Great camera view there of the top four here with 50 laps to go, Kane. 50 laps to go. And if we can stay green for this 50 laps, it'll get over in a hurry. So it is time to start making your moves. You've got to start getting that track position straightened away. And we have seen Tom Abramitis. He's still up there, but he's fallen a little bit off of this front pack. We got a battle for the lead. Here it goes. The Coors Thunderbird going to go with the Chevy City car of James Houghton. The battle for the lead is on. And here comes Sean down on the inside as he works for this lead. Sean Powell pushing down the backstretch here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. He'll shut the door. Here he goes. He grabs the lead, but he's going to be up on the high side. Here comes Logan Hilton down on the inside. Can he get this spot away from James Houghton? Man, these guys are just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Really, any car in this top four right now can win this thing in a matter of a lap or two. It is that close. And one
loose there for the 63. That's Logan Hilton. Just wiggled just a little bit, but he didn't lose much time from it. I think he's going to be okay.
And Kane, while we were talking and all this has been going on, we're watching these incredible battles going on up here. David Brown has finally caught up to Tom Abramitis. Remember, David Brown led a good chunk of this race early. Here he goes around Abramitis. He's down on the inside now. He's going to make a pass. He's got great momentum as they head down into turn one. Should have no problem completing that pass. He will. And keep in mind, he fell back, and he has fought all the way back, and he is happy to say, welcome to the top five. Watch out, as here comes David Brown. This guy's got some tremendous pace.
Logan Hilton able to get by James Houghton and moves himself up into second place. During the other battle, David Brown, we also seen Logan Hilton make a pass as well.
And I know David Brown is in the number 83 Nexus Ford Thunderbird, but on my screen, what I saw was the number 1 Georgia Ford Thunderbird, and I like that better. I'm a Georgia man myself, and I like to see that. So David Brown, represent Georgia Club well. Go up there, get that win. He's fighting for it, but look at this. What a good advance we have and a good run from Sean Powell. Probably the biggest lead we've seen in a little while. He's broken away from the pack in just a little bit here, and that's the biggest lead we've seen in a long time.
Probably since the beginning of the race when Matt Busa pulled away to about that same length of lead. So it has been a very long time since like lap 2 or 3.
And it's still not a huge lead. But it's some breathing room up there, and he's working hard. He's got Barrett Bonner and company coming up on the about 3 car lengths behind him. David Brown is caught up right now. He is going to work on Logan Hilton here in just a moment. And let's see if he gets a run on the backstretch here. He does. This guy has got so much pace. This is unbelievable. The number 83 Nexus Thunderbird makes the pass on Logan Helton, makes it look easy. And now he's going to look ahead to Barrett Bonner. That is right. We're hearing that is right. We don't want to forget. They're going to have to make another pit stop. So even if this race stays green, they're going to have to make green flag pit stops. That will be absolutely huge.
And we're seeing him now as Jay Jensen makes his way down the pit lane, and Aaron McEastern in the pits as well. So some of the guys getting that fuel that they need to finish this thing out.
Well, there you see Jay Jensen, as Kane said, and Aaron McEachern all in pit road trying to get those last stops.
Coming down now.
Yep, and there's Jay Jensen as he makes his way out of his box and back on the track. Boy, incredible. Here goes another opportunity for David Brown. He's going to look down to the inside of Barrett Bonner. Can he find the grip? These tires have been cooking, and he does. He finds the grip through the tri-oval. Great momentum as he moves up into P2. And Barrett
was in that incident earlier that took him all the way to the back. He's bound to have a little bit of damage too, and he is flying.
Oh man, he is flying. He is now set his sights on our race leader, Sean Powell. And if he keeps this pace up, it's only, I mean, he'll close this gap in another lap or two. And like Jay brought to our attention a minute ago, we got to see some green flag stops from these leaders. Who's going to start this round of pit stops in this group? Because they are racing so good right now. I mean, it's going to happen here pretty soon.
Yeah, some more guys coming into their pit box. James Cannon and Justin Levine. Joey Brown still in his pit stall from about 100 laps, 38 laps ago, whenever he and David Brown made contact on the track.
And a caution flag is waving, so this is something that these guys are wanting to see. For pit stops, they don't have to do green flag stops. Let's find out what brought that caution out, Kane.
Man, that's a game changer because half the cars have already pit.
Yeah, that is going to change some things, and we will find out exactly what as guys cycle through here. And this does change. It might work out. We got Justin Levine, who had just pit. And we got some guys coming back on the track. Look like Barrett Bonner coming out of pit road right now. So it may actually help the ones that have already pit, because now they can stay out. And when they stay out, they should be okay. We'll see, y'all. We'll see how it works out. Yeah,
top four guys that we have been watching for all that time, though, they hadn't pit yet. They were still out on track. And about half the field had pit by the time that caution come out. So that's going to put our leaders. What caused the caution, it sounds like Jay Jensen attempting to pit. Rear just slides out, he loses control, spins the car all the way around, and that will bring out the caution.
You know, we talked about in the pre-race.
But he goes past the pit, so maybe he wasn't trying to pit. Who knows?
Looked like he might have just got loose. Yeah, it's hard to say there. I'm not sure what happened there to Jay Jensen, and luckily, though, no damage. So that's the good news for Jay. But we'll see what happens here.
All right, all the guys we had been watching in the lead up
this
to that
is
point.
Big pit road right now.
Stop.
Yeah, this is a big stop for these guys. Who's going to win the race off pit road? It's going to be Logan Helton, who makes it out in front of David Brown. And behind him, it's going to be Joey. No. Behind, in front of Abramitis, that's Sean Powell. So Tom Abramitis will make up a spot in pit road. And then it is Kyle Feimster, or James Houghton, rather. Kyle Feimster. And then Jonathan Oshlam, Johnny McNamara, Devin Allen, and then Jonathan Jordan. That is the guys coming off pit road. And the iRacing.com pace car leads this field. And the first car behind them is Jay Jensen. Of course, now he will get waved past here in a minute, should be. And as we look, because he was the cause of the yellow flag. And the field will get sorted out here momentarily. I do want to say thank you, everybody that has come by and paid us a visit on the SimSpeed Network YouTube page and watching with us live. Thank you so much. I am JD Smith, Kane Kraft with me, and Jay Kennedy is the race director, bringing you guys these amazing images on your screen. We want to thank you guys for coming and watching these guys race tonight. And we are proud to be here to bring the coverage to you guys live. And we are going to support the Winter NASCAR iRacing Series, as it will keep us in the racing until we get to the NASCAR iRacing Series in February, which we are very much looking forward to. So we want you guys to be a part of this journey with us, and we hope that you guys will support us along the way. Like I said, we love interaction and support, so come by, give us a shout, let us know who you want to win, who you support. Maybe if you're a part of a team with some of these guys, let us know that. It gets us to know the guys a little bit better and gets us a little bit closer to the action. So thank you all for your support, and we get ready to go back green racing here shortly. So as
How fun has it been to get back to the oval broadcasting, JD? It's been over 5 years since we've broadcast an oval race, and man, it's been fun.
You know, Kane, it's my bread and butter, and it's just my passion. I love it to death. And we've been over doing the NASCAR, the V8 Supercar America Series, which has always been a big series for you and I. But you know as well as I do that this is what I was raised on. This is my passion, and I love it so much, and I'm just so happy to be a part of it, and so happy to be back.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Again, to the drivers, if you see that your paint scheme isn't right on the broadcast, you can find us on Facebook at SimSpeed, all one word. You can send us a message over there and get with us, and we'll get everything squared away. And apologies also for saying different numbers than what you see on the screen. Things are a little different with this series. They can use false stickers on their car to
false stickers,
make their car
custom
number,
custom
numbers
false
on
stickers.
their car. Well, it's kind of like putting a false sticker over their number.
That's funny. Look, I have to say, with the lights being I actually like the custom numbers. I think it's a great thing. I just got to get it added to where it shows me the custom number on here. That's all. And I will get that taken care of in the week coming up.
Well,
but like somebody said in the comments, trading paints always be tripping.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's do this. Pace car headed down pit road. Let's go back green race. Great start there from Jay Jensen right off the rip. Gets the green flag, takes it. He's got the lead. He's got about a 3-car length lead in front of Aaron McEachern and Lynn Cancelo. So Barrett Bonner is actually the leader. I am sorry. The single restart threw me. It did. Going back, I got to remember my old school.
Yeah, Jay Jensen back in 12th, even though he's in that second spot.
You know, it is. I'm so glad they're using the old format, but man, does it throw me off. It threw me off big time. I'm not going to lie. That is awesome. So Barrett Bonner leads the way in the Kodiak Chevy. And look at this, Logan down on the inside. He is making that work. To Logan Helton trying to make it around Justin Levine up on the high side, and then following David Brown. He's going to follow Logan Helton, and that is your top three there. A really good look, Logan Helton, and trying to catch up to our race leader, Barrett Bonner.
So pit stops didn't really hurt those guys at all.
No,
everyone must have pit again because they ended up right back at the front. So, yeah, I mean, good for those guys that things worked out.
Yeah, well, I think, like I said, it wasn't going to hurt them too bad. Even if the guys had stayed out, the ones that stayed out, they were still going to be okay. They just, they weren't going to go down a lap or anything. Which is always the fear when things get offset by a caution. And we'll see some of that when we get short track racing, so be prepared for that.
Yeah. Leader Barrett Bonner, a huge gap back to Logan Helton. Now a car in between them.
Yeah, some of that lap traffic has gotten caught up in this, and that can always make things interesting. And right now, that's exactly what we're working with, lap traffic, and these guys trying to do a safe but good, efficient way to get past lap traffic. And Sean Powell, he is right there as well. He's going to have to get around Lynn Cancello and to get up there with David Brown and Logan Helton. Meanwhile, Barrett Bonner hanging on to the lead momentarily as Logan Helton has caught the bumper of that Kodiak Chevy, and it looks like he's going to make a move here. Great speed through the tri-oval here as we come to lap 139. This race is starting to get away from us, Kane. We only have 29 to go. Ooh. Contact made there. Great view there from the onboard footage as you saw the contact with the Ryco Motorsports machine in front, and that could have been bad. Big time contact there, but everybody is okay, and we continue to race. Go ahead and mark that one down. 28 laps to go here in the opening round of the Winter NASCAR iRacing Series. Fantastic runs right now from this front pack here, and now the 83 machine is trying to make his move. He's going to look to the high side. There's going to be little room, but he gets that run. Is it enough? I don't think it is. But right now, the Nexus Thunderbird took the high side, and now we're going to see the number 63 Chevy down on the inside. Is that going to be enough momentum to move into P2? I think it may be, as these two continue to go at it door to door. And that is Barrett Bonner, who's still leading the way with David Brown and Logan Helton back and forth, but second. It's too close to call who's got that second spot. It's back and forth, continues to do so. And these guys, what if the final lap, we got a battle for the lead like this? I mean, it could happen, guys. It is very close. I am impressed with how close the top 7 or 8 have been the entire race.
Have the lights come on yet?
Yes. Oh, they've been shining down on us for a while. If they were out, we would definitely know it because we wouldn't see nothing right now.
Yeah, it's dark.
It got dark 30.
I've been too focused on the race, and I ain't even paid attention to it getting dark on us.
That's a good thing, my friend. There is nothing wrong with that at all. Look at Barrett Bonner hanging on there for dear life to the lead.
Man, that 83 machine his setup is just a little different. His car just leans a little to the left. And,
look at this.
It seems to be working.
Look at this. Barrett Bonner hanging tight because David Brown has the inside line. Through the tri-oval, he just barely edges out Brown to remain the leader through the start of lap 144. But now it is Brown down on the inside. He moves up the track a little bit. Could get a little dangerous. Things get a little hairy as they head down the backstretch here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Here comes Logan down on the inside as well. He's going to follow David Brown down into turn 3. It's a drag race through 3 and 4. coming out of 4 now. It's going to be David Brown leading the way. This is an insane battle for the night's race lead, and it is going to come to 3 cars. This is absolutely insane, guys. Coming so close, door to door, remaining white knuckle racing here at Charlotte Week 1. Who thought this would be this close?
Whoa,
Contact is
there.
made. Kane, you're right, buddy. Big contact made there. Car gets loose, but David Brown able to hold her down. Woo, boy, they do that in a few more laps. I don't know if the grip will still be there.
Car into places 2 or 3 times this run that it probably shouldn't have fit, and he's gotten away with it.
But it's that one time he doesn't get away with it, Kane. When's that happen? If it does, he needs to be careful. I love seeing the white knuckle racing, and I love seeing guys give it their all, but you don't want to end your day early, and you don't want to end somebody else's day either. Got to be careful, but still race diligently.
That car, the David Brown car, we've seen it be so fast today. Now that he's out in front in clean air, will he be able to pull away from those guys is the question.
Don't know. In fact, I kind of doubt it, and I'll tell you why. Every time we've seen some fast guys, including David Brown. We've seen him up here in the lead before, and he wasn't able to hang on to it then. These guys have got up in the lead, and the following cars have been so good. They've been so equal tonight that it has been back and forth. We've seen so many lead changes. We've seen so many back and forth between lots of cars, even some that aren't in the race anymore. And it's going to come down to the final lap here. It really is. It is really heating up. And while David Brown is making it look he's not making it look easy, but he's doing a fantastic job of leading this race. Barrett Bonner and Logan Hilton and Sean Powell are all right there ready to pounce. We still got tons of racing in this thing. Nonetheless, Kane, you know how quick a yellow can pop out and change everything. So just never know. And right now, he has been extremely fast and continues to do so. So much can happen as we are now 20 to go. Go ahead and make that 19 to go.
On board with Logan Hilton as he tries to chase down Barrett Bonner. His car seems like it's handling a little bit easier than some of the cars we were watching earlier. He is having to wheel that wheel a little bit, but seems like it's handling a little better than some of the others.
Once again, I want to apologize for saying Helton is number 4. On my screen, it's showing him as number 4, and I have said that all night long. And I realize in the broadcast he's showing 63, and right now he is working on Barrett Bonner. He's down on the inside here, going to move up into P2. So the 63 car going to move up into P2 here as he gets around the Kodiak Chevy. And that is Sean Powell coming up behind both of them fellas, and he is coming to the party as well. So this top 4 continues to just shuffle around. They're playing musical cars, but David Brown is really doing good, Kane. You may be right. He may be starting to break away.
Yeah, he is definitely got at least a little bit of a breakaway going. And it could be that this battle between the 63 machine and the 4 machine is dragging him down just a little bit.
Yeah, and we've seen that. We've seen when cars get in a good battle, it slows them down, as it always does. And that may be the best thing that he can see right now is this 3-car battle in his rearview mirror. And as I say that, here comes the 63 kind of breaking away from the battle back there for 3rd. And now he's going to start breaking away. Maybe he can get up there and give a battle for the lead. With 16 to go, might as well say 15, as we head through the tri-oval. It's still a lot of racing in this thing. And if we stay green, oh boy.
I think Sean Powell's going to get up here and get involved with Barrett Bonner and get a good race going here for 3rd.
I think you're right. Great onboard footage right now with Sean Powell and the Courage Melling Ford Thunderbird as we head into this turn. Look at this banking here. Gives you a good view of how these guys run right on the edge of that apron, stay right on that blue line. and then on exit come within inches of the ball, the safer barrier there, and then through the tri-oval. This is where the famous pass through the grass happened, man. This race has been so good. We could see something like that on the final lap here tonight. These guys are that close. Look at this. We may see the number 4 car in the Ryco Motorsports machine get a good run here on the 63 machine, as all the guys are trying to chase and catch up to David Brown. Logan Helton has got his hands full with Barrett Bonner right there. Barrett going to look to the inside. Does he have anything? No, not this time.
He's going to pull up beside him. Almost beside him.
Boy, door to door. Door to door, Logan Helton, Barrett Bonner gets him. So Barrett Bonner is going to move up into the second spot here, and he'll see if he can catch up to David Brown. But right now, David Brown has the biggest race lead of the night. He has the biggest race lead of the night, and we are 12 to go.
Yeah, David Brown, 1.3 seconds ahead of the rest of the guys. And I know in circle track, they don't keep track of that time like they do in road racing, but that's a lot. That's a long way ahead.
Yeah, that's a good little lead here. And like I said, as close as these 4 have been up at the top all night long, this is a huge lead at this point now. In the big picture with 11 to go, it's not that big of a lead. But with what we've seen tonight, that is a huge lead, just at how close these fellas have been. And we're about to hit 10 to go this time by. And with 10 to go, 5 to go, 3 to go, 2 to go, I get more and more crazy. So that's how this race looks like it may get. And Kane, I'm about to believe we may go green the rest of the way.
It's looking good.
It is looking good. And right now, as we were seeing some really big battles with these guys a few moments ago. They may all try to work together, quit battling each other, and Barrett Bonner, Logan Helton, and Sean Powell need to get in a line here and try to run down the leader. You do have the leader coming up on lap traffic right now, and if that could slow him down just a hair and possibly get these guys back in this thing, that would be huge. And he's coming up on lap traffic now, so we'll see how that pans out.
You know, the lead is significant, 1.3 seconds, but it just takes a bobble, and that 1.5 seconds is gone. You know, so David Brown does have to be extra careful, especially coming up on lap traffic, because it won't take much. Just getting down a little too low, or sliding that car up a little bit can cost him that lead really easy.
I'm amazed that David Brown has not made it around Jay Jensen yet. He's been right there with him. And Jay Jensen has tremendous pace for being about to be a lap car here, lap traffic. And he has stayed right there in front of David Brown. And Barrett Bonner is starting to close the gap a little bit here. Still got a ways to go, and with 8 to go, anything's possible. Look at this onboard footage here as he looks down to the inside of the O2 car through the tri-oval. Heading across the start-finish line down into turn 1, he sees nothing but open track in front of him for the next little ways, and the Nexus Ford Thunderbird is going to make it. That is a great job there from Sean Powell. And that is a pass right there for David Brown, as he was finally able to make it around Jay Jensen there. And now it's going to be up to Barrett Bonner. Can he make it around that lap traffic quicker than race leader did? Boy, what an incredible event tonight. What an incredible event. It has been so fun. What a way to open this Winter NASCAR iRacing Series. The first time ever that the winter edition of the NASCAR iRacing Series has been here. We are 6 laps to go in this thing. and it is not disappointed. It has been a wonderful race, and it is going to go down to the wire. 5 to go this time, and now it is a big one here. As 5 laps, this race is getting away, and right now, if you're David Brown, you're starting to feel a little good. Still a lot left can happen, but you're starting to get a little comfy.
Yeah, David Brown managed to get around Jay Jensen without even losing a tenth of a second. He didn't lose any time at all, and Jay Jensen now tucked right in behind. That could be dangerous, having a lap car racing so close to the leader like that, but
It
the
could.
gap still staying the same between David Brown and Barrett Bonner.
Well, Barrett Bonner was able to break away from the battle he had with Logan Helton and Sean Powell. So, with that being said, if Barrett Bonner can make this time up, now I know we're running out of time in the race, but if he can get up there and get around lap traffic of Jay Jensen, he has a really good opportunity to get up there and have a fight for this lead, but he's got to make something happen soon. And he's also got to.
It's going to take a mistake, I think, from David Brown, because he's increased the gap another tenth.
Well, the one thing that you don't want to see if you're a David Brown fan is a yellow flag. That's the one thing you gotta hope does not rear its ugly head at this point in the race, because a restart right now is not what you want to see. You want to enjoy every bit of this lead that you have earned. And right now, the 83 car is doing a wonderful job.
Well, the number 7 to the inside of the 63 machine, door to door. He might just get this pass done.
Yeah, down on the inside line, he's running right on that blue line, and it works to perfection. As you see the number 7 Coors Melling Ford Thunderbird make the pass as Sean moves up, and he's going to pass Helton there, no problem. And it looks like he'll be able to hold that down. We are 2 to go, guys. The white flag will be waving this time by. And there you see our flag man. 1 to go. We're on the final lap here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. And it is a fantastic run as we look at the last battle here, as this battle continues between the 7 and the 63. But it is Brown leading the way, and he'll be going through 3 and 4 for the final time today. And I think he's going to have it done, ladies and gentlemen, as David L. Brown comes around turn 4. He's going to take race 1 in the Winter NASCAR iRacing Series.
Barrett Bonner's going to bring it home in second, with Sean Powell finishing out in that 3rd spot.
Boy, what a fantastic run from all of these guys. James Houghton in the Chevy City Chevrolet going to come across in that 5th spot. And then we look back to 6th place, where it is Kyle Feimster, and behind him, Jonathan Oshalem coming across behind him. Actually, Tom Abramitis going to be scored ahead of Oshalem. And then it's Johnny McNamara and Devin Allen. So let's get ready to do a run-through of our official results as we look at the beautiful fireworks here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. This race started out with some yellows, as they tend to do as the first race of any new season, but this was a awesome finish. These guys ran a incredible race, and look here as we look at the Mopar Nexus Ford Thunderbird of David L. Brown, who takes week 1 here in the Winter NASCAR iRacing Series. After falling back earlier in the race, he fights all the way back and takes the win. A beautiful job from this 83 team.
Yeah, great comeback from going clear to the back and having to make his way through the field to come back, take that number 1 spot. A very well-deserved win.
Absolutely, Kane. And with that being said, let's take a look at how the official results do come across. As we talked about just now, David Brown does win this event here in Charlotte. Barrett Bonner able to come across number 2 in that Kodiak machine. Behind him, it was Sean Powell coming across in the Coors Melling Ford Thunderbird. Then it was Logan Helton. And rounding out your top 5, it is James Houghton. As we move back to 6th, it's Kyle Feimster with Tom Abramitis. 7th, 8th with Jonathan Oshalem, while 9th goes to Johnny McNamara, and 10th belonging to Devin Allen. As we move back, it was Jonathan Jordan in the number 11, or I'm sorry, in the number 14. He comes across 11th in his number 14 Chevrolet. Remember, he had some issues early with the missed pit stall, finishes just out of the top 10. In 12th, it goes to Jay Jensen. 13th will go to Justin Levine. Aaron McEachern will finish 14th, while James Cannon finishes 15th. 16th through 20th belongs to Lynn Kinchello, Joey Brown, Brooks Dirting, Kendall Leveren, and KC Foote. And the final 6 is Matt Busa, who had an early exit in tonight's race. He was your pole sitter. Ashton Schleiss, James Mullins, Anthony Garnieri, and John Whitendorf. Finally, Garrett Horton. That is your 26 car field tonight in the first ever Winter NASCAR iRacing event here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Yeah, let's bring in for a quick interview, and let's have a race or talk with our race winner. Let's have a word now. How's it going? Welcome to the broadcast.
Man, it feels good to win that one.
David, that was a really remarkable win, and I enjoyed watching every minute of it. You led a little bit early in the race and then dropped back and had to fight your way back up through the field. Tell us a little bit about what that was like.
Yeah, I was on 2 tires, and the set was loose for about 2 or 3 laps anyway, so it just got really loose, and Joey was right on me, and I had to lift, and he just had nowhere to go. And I feel bad that it ended his race too, because I think that race was between me and him for the early part of the race, at least. Sean Powell looked really good as well.
Yes, I was very impressed with really the top 5, 6 guys out there. You guys were going back and forth, and it ended up being a really good race. Had some cautions early. What are your thoughts running this 87 class cars here in the Winter NiS?
It was so fun once we got everything sorted out and all those early cautions got out of the way and it finally went green. It was just a lot of fun.
No, go ahead.
These cars are just so tough to drive, and they eat through the tires, so you really have to wheel these things. So it makes for a much more enjoyable NIS compared to the Gen 6 car.
You know, I'm glad you said that. That was actually my next question. Was we had watched some onboard footage, actually watching some of the wheel work with some of these guys, and it looked like they were just had their hands full with these cars. And that answered the question. I mean, you could literally see it on the broadcast. You could see the guys working hard with these cars. Working the wheel work was insane. So looked like you guys were having a great bit of fun out there. As a viewer, we really enjoyed this race and really enjoyed this series. I think it's a great move from iRacing, and we want to thank you for coming and joining us, and congratulations on winning week 1.
Hey, real quick though, you and Joey Brown, is there any relation there?
No, none.
Okay, just making sure. I didn't think there was, but I wanted to just make sure.
Well, we do want to thank you once again, David, for coming in and having a word with you, and we will talk to you hopefully in the future, buddy. Congratulations.
Yep, thanks guys, and thanks for putting on this broadcast.
Absolutely, buddy. Thank you. That is David Brown, everybody, winner of tonight's opening event here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, and a job well done.
Next week, we go to Talladega in these beasts of a car, and it's going to be a blast. I can't wait to get these things around the big Talladega Super Speedway.
No restrictor plates.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. Guys, it's been a blast. Great fun in the chat tonight. Thank you guys for being so... Just thank you for chatting along with us in the chat. It made for a great time. And JD, it's been fun.
It's been a blast, Kane. I just once again want to thank everybody for helping us out. I want to thank Jay Kennedy for doing a remarkable job bringing you guys all this work and putting on quite the show to bring this broadcast to life. And we look forward to the rest of the NIS Winter Series with you guys. So thank you much. Once again, I'm JD Smith, Kane Kraft with you tonight, as well as Jay Kennedy, and we'll be back next week from Talladega. Same time, same place. Y'all have a great night.
GT Racing right now.
He's got traction. He's got everything outside of both of them. Maloney.
Oh, he's taking Anderson. Anderson's up to
Oh my God. Big crash. Oh my goodness. Half the field's going to get rolled.
Second very close. These guys I want to make their way through the field very quickly. Oh, there we go. Oh no, that's massive. This is it. This is over. I can't believe this. Oh my God.
God, what?